Hey peeps, Wade here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today I'm going to be taking you through a question on counting principles, which was sent in by Tamia. So let's jump in. So it says, the digits 1 to 7 are used to create a 4-digit code to enter a locker room. How many different codes are possible if the digits may not be repeated and the code must be an even number bigger than 5,000? Right, so for this question, the best way I like to do things is I like to write out the possibilities that we have. So it's a 4-digit code, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then we can look at what's going to go into each of these blocks. So the first thing they said is that the number must be bigger than 5,000. So that means, what are the options that we could have? We could have anything higher than 5,000, but we know that this first digit needs to be 5 or higher. So if that is the case, we have several different scenarios. Okay, so in the first case, we'll have the fact that the first digit could be a 6, so that's only one possibility if the digit is a 6. Let's change that color. So that's if the digit is a 6. Okay. Then we know that it must end in an even number. So an even number, what are our even numbers between 1 and 7? Well, we have 2, 4, and 6, but we can't use 6 if we're starting with 6. So that leaves us with only 2 possibilities. So it could end in either a 2 or a 4. So that gives us 2 possibilities at the end. Right, so now we need to figure out what's going to go in each of these blocks over here. So it's not going to be 0, but in actual fact, if we've already used a number here and we've used a number here, and we have a total of 7 different digits, that means we've already used one and we've used another, and the numbers can't be repeated. So that means that in the first case we'll have 5 options left, and then once that option is used, we only have another 4 possibilities that we can work with. So this is essentially case 1 where we use 6 to start. But now let's work out what that actually gives us. So we then have to times these numbers together, and when we times them together, it gives us an answer of 40. Right, but we are not finished, because this was just case 1, if we happen to start with 6. But now we know that the number must be greater than 5,000, so the other 2 possibilities that we could have is that it starts with 5 or it starts with 7. So for case 2, okay, we can do the same thing where we write out or draw out the different blocks, okay, except this time the first digit could start with either a 5 or a 7, and the last digit, because we've now not using the 6 in the first place, we could have a 2, a 4, or a 6. So that gives us 3 possibilities there. So to go back to that, we know that we have 2 possibilities here, so that'll be 2. We could have 3 possibilities over there, so that'll be 3. And now we need to figure out what's going to go in between. Again, we've used one of the 7, then this would be 2 of the 7, so that leaves us with 5 possibilities left. So the first one will be 5. Once we've taken up that 3rd spot, then we've got 1 more spot left, and that means if we've used 1, 2, 3, we only have 4 more possibilities that left. So same thing as before, we multiply these numbers together, and 2 times 5 times 4 times 3, we find that that gives us an answer of 120. Okay, so these are the different cases that we could have. So we got the first case where we start with the 6, or the second case where it could start with a 5 or a 7, and then if it started with the 6, we only have 2 or 4 left because numbers cannot be repeated. But if we start with 5, and 7, then it has to end with either a 2, a 4, or a 6. So now that we know that case 1 gives us 40 different options and case 2 gives us 120 different options, therefore, if we add case 1 and 2 together, so that'll be 40 plus 120, that'll leave us with 160 different possibilities. Right, and there you have it. That'll give you your full 5 marks. Before I go, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Tamia. Thanks for sending in this really great question. I'm sure many learners will benefit from watching this video. And remember to visit our website for more of these epic video tutorials. If you can't find the answer to your question, you can send it to us and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.